I said I wasn't going to make a vid until the weekend. You will probably thought, oh, he's obviously going to completely go back on that. Well, it's happening right here, right now, at 10 to 1 in the morning, yeah. Because the luck on my side for this is that I'm not going to be watching it live. I have no idea when it's going to happen when I land in Australia on July the 25th at 6 in the morning. I have no idea when it's going to be on Australian television. So I can freely predict whatever the hell's going to happen at Raw's 1000th episode this upcoming Monday. And I thought, you know what? I can make a prediction vid out of this. I could look at what there is going to happen, what's rumoured to happen, and see whether it will. And because I'm not seeing it live, I can officially do what I want. Well, let's go through things. Now, when I copied this list down from a Facebook page, I think it was the Rest in Peace Chris Benoit 2.0 page, if I'm being exact. I copied this down because, to be honest with you, okay, I had some of the things down, which I knew were going to happen. Some of these are rumoured, some aren't. Some of these are official, some aren't. We have no clue at this minute. I don't know, some of these are definitely happening, some are not. I'm going to go through them all, and I'll see how things go, okay? Let's see. First, I don't know, this is going to be something. I don't know what could happen with this. Anything can. AJ and Daniel Bryan's wedding. Now, to be honest, I watched Raw the other day, and I'm honestly shocked, thinking, wow, they're actually going to make it happen on this big episode. This is a big thing where sports entertainment, where the scripted storyline abundance of melodrama kicks in at least once every generation. You get one of these. Okay, well, in this past era, we've gotten the Edge Vicky, we've had the Lita Kane, we've had the Edge Lita, we've had, well, I don't know if Edge Lita had one, but the Sex Celebration technically counts. We've had in the past Test and Stephanie get rudely abrupted by Triple H Stephanie. We've of course had Elizabeth and Savage, obviously, but this is another one, and probably one of them are weird ones, because we have no idea what's going to happen here. I have a feeling, obviously we know it won't go well. We kind of get that from just about every single WWE matrimony event. It never goes well. And let me just point that out if you don't believe me. Just look back on YouTube. If you're a guy or a girl or anyone who has not been a wrestling fan for too long and is watching this wondering, why the hell am I being so negative? Go search them. Go fuck as hell. The Triple H involvement in the Test Stephanie one is a piece of melodrama in itself. It was perfect. And the fact is, which I'm trying to think what this has done, what this can do that hasn't been done before. And it's very difficult. Because will they, won't they, will it go smoothly is what I'm trying to think. I'm thinking, knowing AJ's complex, well, simplistic character, yet it's still quite complex. I'm wondering what would happen with that one factor, because usually it's the guy in this kind of thing that would obviously have issues. You then think, she's meant to be unstable, it's AJ, and you think, will she pull a fast one? Will she go to Punk anyway, to make the feud last a little bit longer? Lord knows. Lord knows, people. I have a feeling AJ will get involved with Punk later in the evening, forming that heel duo that I thought could be possible. We don't know yet. Just putting it out there. Next up, The Rock's return. Now we know this is going to be massive. He, of course, is going off the WWE Championship, of course, as he mentioned on the Brock Lesnar return Raw after WrestleMania. The fact is, there are only, I think, 3 things he's going to be there for, people. 1, screwing John Cena, leading to a possible rematch, which I do not want to see. 2, well, that can also happen, but the fact is he'll probably end up going after the championship himself. So if Cena loses, for example, Rock will go after Punk. Rock will go after Punk, leading to what will probably be a very interesting moneymaker. I would love to see it. Or, in more likelihood, going out to make a promo and then have Lesnar take him out. Lord knows at this point, they're just things that are running through my head. Or he could be just there to do a mic segment, to do some crazy shit with McFoley if he turns up. We don't know. And I feel, with The Rock, you've got so much things you can do. So many things you can do. It'll be interesting to see which direction they go. The DX reunion. Now, because of what Triple H obviously has put out, accepting with Lesnar and Heyman accepting the challenge or not, you think they might be doing something with that. They could make Lesnar and Heyman look like complete fools, which is what I think a lot of people want to see, because you look at how serious Triple H has been since the COO role, you look at how serious Heyman is, you look at how serious Lesnar is. People may say, oh, if they perform a prank on them, then it will make this entire thing look stupid, but to be perfectly honest, there's no bigger stage to make a basically, if Lesnar and Heyman accept the challenge, and are then made to look like shit, it then, well, it basically takes the shine out of their armor a bit, but it also makes you wonder, have they really built up their defensive wall through legal battles and strength of Lesnar enough? Will they be able to get past Triple H? And DX doing that kind of thing will be quite interesting. I'd love to see Lesnar on the back foot. I would love to see Lesnar on the back foot in this way, where you've got a Heyman obviously trying to get through things backstage, but you've obviously got Lesnar being pinpointed by a DX. Obviously, I think DX will just be there for the comedic value. I'd much prefer them as comedic value than I would Hornswoggle, so I just see that as a good thing. However, I do think this will interfere with Lesnar, and to be honest with you, get Shawn Michaels involved, if you get what I mean. Because he'll be probably a managerial role, much like Heyman is, which, to be honest, will be quite fun. I think that'll be quite good. Of course, back to the Lesnar Heyman thing, of course, I've just mentioned it could be a DX intertwining. I could also just see Heyman coming out and saying it, leading Triple H to come out, and then Heyman will ambush him, making Lesnar still look very strong. But that's probably very, very predictable. You can sense that's going to happen, because again, they want to make Triple H look fucking strong. Well, this is a prediction for SummerSlam, I feel. The best thing is to do the reversal, like I said, make Lesnar look weak, so when it comes to this match, you have no clue who's going to win. You think, oh, Triple H will win because he's Triple H. You think Lesnar will win because he's been put on the back foot and he needs to regain momentum. You then think, okay, well, hold on a second. Triple H, knowing the guy, he's infamous for not putting people over at times, you may think he's willing to add another badge to his lengthy coat of guys he's beaten over the years. You think he'd be up for it, but then knowing Lesnar, he could beat the shit out of him in, I think, 5 minutes. You think about it, it's an unpredictable thing. So this will probably be the little spark that lights the fire in this whole thing. It could all kick off here. Now, that's probably what they want to do. They want this whole thing to kick off this Raw, but we'll find out and we'll see. John Cena cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase to challenge Punk. Now, there are a lot of things that will make this possibly historic. Because Cena, well, he could win, and that will mean a lot of fans will turn off the product. I won't turn off the product because, like I said to that douchebag who posted hateful comments about Cena on my Money in the Bank review, I will stick with the product even if he is in the main event all the time. Yeah, you get that? I will stick with the product because I fucking love it. I'm not the most passionate fan in the world, but I will stick with it because even though I don't like it, I have to live with it. Some of you people may have to do the same someday. Anyway, the other issue, of course, like I said, we could factor The Rock in. We could factor AJ into this whole thing. There's a lot of different variables. We could see Cena becoming the first person being the... Basically, he's the first person to unsuccessfully cash in the Money in the Bank and win the title. That we thought was going to happen to Ziggler at the pay-per-view. That didn't happen. So I feel they're missing on the golden opportunity because more people than many Raws in the last 2-3 years, more people are going to pay attention to this Raw. And to be perfectly honest, if you're going to do a history-defining moment, like Cena turning heel, I've mentioned before, they've had so many opportunities to do this. I don't think are going to be presented with a more crystal clear opportunity. Now, I know WWE will probably just give the title to Cena because that's what they do. But I think if they're smart, they will look at it that way. The other thing, of course, the match could end in a draw. Both could knock each other out. Anything's possible. Because this is a main event that, to be honest, Raw has been missing. A main event of magnitude. Remember in 2003... 2004, when we kept seeing Shawn Michaels Triple H matches, and even though they were repetitive as hell, they were intense and they were great and they were varied each time. So you think about it. We've missed a match on Raw in a main event picture that can really get people talking. And this will be one that will, because you can have one thing happen, you have one other thing happen, you have crazy shit going on. It's hard to predict who's going to win this, Cena or Punk. So I'm not going to put my prediction out here. I just want to see how it goes. Just like the one at Money in the Bank last year. It will make sense. The new Raw and SmackDown GMs are revealed. Now, I stress, this list mentions in plurals GMs, because they probably say it's one for Raw, one for SmackDown. To be honest, I have no clue. And that's one of the big things about this, because we've had guest GMs in the last couple of weeks of Raw and SmackDown. Even Vicky Guerrero, to be honest with you, got good things right. Picked good matches, picked decent things. I have to admit, like I said, even King was happy in storyline. So make us wonder, would she be picked? And a lot of people are saying it could be anyone. People are showing disgust that it could be John Laurinaitis again. I wouldn't mind it again, because he drew heat like no one, probably only Vicky ever could. I'd personally love to see him as a manager with his faction, with Otunga and Eve and whoever else is kissing his ass. But the fact is, I honestly don't know who they're going to pick. I mean, the big rumour, everybody, is the Nature Boy Ric Flair. That's the big rumour that's going, but I really don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. I really don't think Ric Flair is going to be the GM. I think they're going to pull something completely out of left field. But when I say that, I have absolutely no idea who. That's the thing. Okay, I'm doing a predictions video, and I'm mentioning a lot of times that I have no idea. It's one way of helping me suspend my disbelief, because a lot of fans don't. And I feel when I can say to myself I have no clue, it makes it a lot easier for me to go, oh my God, and just mark out, you know? And I feel that, especially with the GMs, are they going to remove it back as two separates? Is Shane going to come back? Is Stephanie going to fill a role for the first time in a decade? Well, properly for the first time in a decade. Is it going to be something different? Is it going to be Vince McMahon being the power-hungry nutjob he is, taking full control back again? Is Triple H going to be the main guy now, so we can at least see him on TV every week? Is it going to be something else? Could we see Paul Heyman back as GM, which, oh, to God, happens? You think, this is what I mean. There are so many different variables. I would probably say this is probably the most ambiguous thing that will happen all night. Because this is the one thing I'd almost forgotten about. Until I got gently reminded by Facebook. Easy. I would probably say Triple H be made the full-time GM of both brands to make his job even more ridiculous, and mean that the rivalry with him, Heyman, and Lesnar can go on further. It's just me, so that's my prediction at the minute. This will change regularly between now and Monday. I can assure you that. I don't know how this came about. I think it was on SmackDown. I only watched a bit of it, mind you. That Christian will defend the Intercontinental Championship. Now, that's great to see the IC title back on Raw. I don't know who he's facing, but I will want to see it. Anyway, it'll be a good match, I feel. Given 3 hours. And in fact, that's one of the points here. This is a 3-hour show. Hooray! And the fact is, the one thing I'm hoping from this, I know there's a lot of things here which can mean that this is going to be like most 3-hour shows WWE do, with many promo segments, a lot of vignettes, a lot of mic work bits in the ring and backstage. This is the one thing I'm hoping. If Christian defending the IC title is true, then we could have a lot of matches, and that's the one brilliant thing I'm hoping that they test the waters with at this event. Sure, we've got Lesnar and Heyman answering the challenge. We have new GM being revealed. We have AJ and Brian's wedding. We have Rock returning. We have DX reunion. They are big segments. And what do you need? Of course, along with the Cena Punk match, what else do you need? Lots of matches to fill the time. Matches which, to be honest, catch our attention. Matches that we give a shit about. Remember I said on my top 10 WWE wish list, if the matches are at least of a 1.5 to 2.5 star quality each week, we will not worry about our product going downhill in the wrestling department. So yeah, 3-hour show. Hopefully we will get more matches it means basically we get more matches for airtime than we would mic work segments and promos and vignettes. Let's pray and hope that is what we get, because these big things that are happening, they're big enough to mean we don't need anything else. Let's hope we're right on that one, everybody. Heath Slater to challenge another new legend. Now that is another one, another match. Okay, this won't fill too much time, but it's another thing added that Heath Slater faced Rower. Oh, I think I may have accidentally almost given away a spoiler, but never mind. Okay, basically, he's faced all kinds of people. He faced I was supposed to say Rikishi, that's what I was supposed to say, which got a massive pop. Who is he going to face now? Could it be, like I probably mentioned, Ric Flair? Could be him. Could be anyone. And that is something I'm looking forward to. I want to see Heath Slater get whooped. I hope it's someone good. I don't want to predict this kind of thing, because there's a plethora of people from 1993 to now who could be picked. And then I go down to this rumoured appearances, apparently. Rumoured appearances from The Undertaker and Bret Hart, two figureheads of Raw in its early years. Especially Taker, because he's the only guy officially under contract who is still from that episode. The first one on January 13th, I believe, in 1993. You think about it. He's the only guy left from that original show. 999 episodes later, he's still the only guy. Put him on the show, everybody will be happy. Bret makes an appearance, even better. Because if Vince McMahon makes an appearance at the same time, could we visit that? You never know what's going to happen. Confirmed appearances from several legends whose names have been mostly kept secret. Well, confirmed appearances from several legends. I don't know. I haven't heard any. I haven't looked at the wrestling websites the last couple of days. I haven't seen who these people are. But JR has confirmed he will appear. Now, is he going to commentate? Is he just going to be part of this whole spectacle? We do not know. But it'll be interesting, because again, his name is sprouted up as a possible GM. Now, to be honest with you, how popular would that be? How popular? And I've said, making JR the GM of Raw would be a fantastic idea. Making Heyman the GM of SmackDown, another fantastic idea. But unfortunately, we may not see it happen anyway. And then finally, the one thing I am hoping, the one thing I hope I see, because it is, to be honest, needed, and I mention it so many times. A rumoured new set design and theme song. Now that will get a lot of people cheering. And that's why, to be honest with you, if I'm on my flight and if I get Wi-Fi, okay, there's no Wi-Fi on a Qantas plane. Let me point that out there. There is no Wi-Fi on a Qantas plane. If I somehow manage to get on my TV, actually, fuck it, I've got a TV in that little seat on a premium economy Qantas flight. Hopefully, if I'm able to spot it, if I'm able to get this on my flight, that'll be surprising. I will be making sure to see if they have this. Because I won't be getting 3G on my plane flight, that's for sure. The fact is, that's one thing I want to see. The unique set for Raw. A theme song which will get us in a great mood for wrestling. Because, to be honest, Nickelback will never give you in the best mood. Although War did a fantastic job back at the Elimination Chamber, so why am I complaining? And yeah, everybody, that is it. My little run-through, predicting and guessing what can happen on the 1000th episode of Raw this upcoming Monday. I'm going to end it here. Subscribe up there, guys, if you want to see more videos. I've got my 10 greatest wrestlers of all time vid this Sunday. Hope looking forward to that. Like the video, comment your predictions below, and I hope you have a fantastic week. Guys, I have been Cream Crazy, you've been people watching, and I will see you Sunday. Cheers.